I'm on a quest to find music and art. Supporting local talent is the place I start. Yeah, this is our culture, the place to be. Games, books, arts and crafts and jewelry. This the guardians of the geekery. 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 And now for today's episode of Guardians of the Geekery with your hosts, Matt, Carol, and Joey.
Holy for holy Guardians of the Geekery, back with the Geekery Market edition. Folks, we are in that 60-day zone countdown. Every day we somehow lose a day, which means we're putting more and more actually into the prep for the show, the advertising for the show, everything. When is the Geekery Market? You've got to be there. It is Saturday, November 15th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the good old Cabarrus Arena and Event Center. And if you need more information, geekerymarket.com. And one of the reasons we do it is we always have a charity. And once again, we are helping out food drive for Second Harvest Food Bank, which is still doing great things, not only here in the Charlotte Concord area, but also up in the mountains, which just hit that 1 year anniversary and still recovering. I mean, my dad lives kind of in that area. We know several authors in that area too. And it is just, it's slow going. There's a lot of movement, but still so much to do. They still desperately need our help. And so we really appreciate y'all coming out. And if you can bring some canned goods, and you can look at the list of stuff on the geekerymarket.com. But hey, oh my gosh. Nicole Givens, Kurt is back. Oh my gosh. Yay. Thank you so much for coming. I feel like we just saw you recently at the Charlotte Comic-Con and all kind of places. You're out and about. You're really spreading the word for your for all your authors besides yourself, and you're headlining and being a guest of honor at so many conventions.
Yes.
We're just so proud of you when we see that. We're just like, oh my gosh, this is, it's just wonderful that you're getting the recognition that you deserve. And so we're just really excited for you. And I think a lot of it for us too is we're excited because you helped so many people and spread the word about so many of your authors and talented folks. So all that to say, hey, welcome, Nicole. Hey.
Yes.
Welcome. Do you like my Kermit the Frog flail? I was trying to I was awesome. Like, I can't do it this way. It won't be on camera, but
Thank you for having me.
Nicole, we were just talking right before we hit record. I think we've known each other probably 12. What was the first Atomicon? Like, however many years that was.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
A while. A minute. We've been doing it a minute, right?
Yeah. It's been like at least a decade.
Yeah, at least a
decade.
Yeah.
Probably closer to 15 years.
Yeah, I was leaning that way too. I was like, it's probably closer to 15.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
We are getting old.
No.
Older, but better.
I need time to slow down.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
I do agree with that. Yeah.
With such rocket science information of every day, it gets one day closer, as Matt pointed out at the top of the hour.
It's simple math.
Time moves forward.
I'm going to need Neil deGrasse Tyson to
Where's the whiteboard? I had to
explain that.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. So tell us what's new at Mocha Memoirs.
Yes. How are you doing?
Well, we're doing lots of really cool things. As one of the things that we are doing that's brand new that we didn't have last year at the Geekery is Ben Mirabelli, who is a Charlotte artist, has created these lovely bookmarks for us.
You got to do the influencer thing and put your hand behind it. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
These are the ones that are for Mocha specifically, but we also have a few that are like genre themed. Sorry, I'm going to move this in front of me. This is the one.
Oh, so cool.
This is a romance one.
Oh.
And you can't really tell from the image, but they're raised. because
Oh,
they're
oh,
3D
cool.
printed.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Wow.
So there's a sci-fi one. Of course, my natural inclination is towards horror, so this one is
Dear.
also very cool. So we have like bookmarks. Yay! 3D
Yay.
printed bookmarks that we'll also have at the Geekery Market. We've had a few new releases as well. So we'll start with, I'll put it in front of me. I can't do this because of the book. This is Among Us.
Oh yeah.
Okay, there we go.
So yeah, we can see it.
Okay, this is a sci-fi. It's a hard sci-fi novella featuring a Black woman scientist from a parallel universe. So this is part of the Dyson Bridge series. So when I was growing up, I did not have a lot of female scientist leads in my reading material. So one of the things that Mocha tries to do is to amplify diverse voices and marginalized voices in speculative fiction. So when V.G. Harrison said, I have this great sci-fi series about a team of scientists led by an African-American woman who are knocked out of space and sent to a parallel Earth that is not as advanced as the one they came from. It's a lot of conflict, a lot of intrigue, a lot of amazing science as well. So yeah, very excited about that series. That's new this year. We also have Cracking the Code. If you like robots, if you like robots, like robots, androids, cybernetic people going rogue. So the subtitle for this one is Cybertronic Stories of Rebellion. So all of these stories are stories where robots and the like decide, hey, this programming is not really for me. My favorite one in this anthology is called Toast. And the opening line is, my life is toast. It's about a sentient toaster.
That's a good opening line.
I love it. I love it.
Brilliant. Oh, and it's so good. That's one of my favorites. But there are loads of amazing stories there, and several from North Carolina authors, such as John Harkness, who's Bubba the Monster Hunter, gets into a fist fight and attacks a Cybertruck that has gone rogue. So if you like Bubba the Monster Hunter, there's a Bubba the Monster Hunter story in it as well.
Oh, cool.
Exclusively through Mocha Memoirs. That makes it, makes it's like if
special.
You want to collect them all,
that's
you
right.
gotta make it to the Mocha table, right? So
for my own work this year, I published Reaping by Numbers, which is an urban fantasy that takes place in an area not Greensboro, North Carolina.
But may feel similar to that.
This is our first time of Greensboro. The skyline, actually, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but the skyline. For every chapter.
That's actually really cool.
It's Greensboro. So Patrice is a Reaper, and she's following in her father's footsteps. They're contract workers for G, the Grim Reaper. And all kinds of conflicts ensue when demons decide that hell is kind of not really good enough for them. They deserve our space. So there's some gentrification going on downtown, as well as some possession, some rogue reapers who are reaping stalks in her farm area, and all kinds of internal family shenanigans.
That sounds amazing. I am in.
Yes.
In.
Yep. And finally, if you haven't had this one and you like Sinners, I want to remind everyone that we do have Slay. If you want more of that. Slay is a vampire anthology featuring vampires and slayers from the African diaspora. And there are 28 stories of those. So if you have Sinners, like missing out on it, and you love vampires, you want more of that, ironically enough, Kyleek's story in here takes place in like 1930s Missouri.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
The story takes place in like Harlem in the 20s. And it's all very, when I watched Sinners, I was like, Wow, that could have come out of some of that could have come directly from, right? They come directly out of this anthology. So yeah, we have more things, of course, but I don't want to keep going on and on and on. But we'll have loads of different titles available. Yeah, because we had recent titles, Dreamless by Aledria Hurt, which is cyberpunk romance. We have, which is, you would think, cyberpunk, high tech, low life. Where's the romance? But think Strange Days, right?
Oh gosh.
Angela Bassett, right?
That is
Rough Fine. So
that
think
is that is
Strange Days,
probably one of the best on-screen kisses ever.
right? Oh my
That
god! Oh my
and it's
gosh!
such an
Yes,
underrepresented movie. I know it's like it's now alternate history now because it takes place in 1999.
right.
But um that kiss between Angela Bassett and Ray Fiennes
Mhm.
is just like, oh my god.
It is one of my favorite science fiction movies, but I like cyberpunk. I write cyberpunk, so it's like one up there in my, like, right up there. And people are like, "What? Strange Days? What's that?" And I'm like, "Oh my goodness!"
Oh, you need to
So
watch
indignant.
it.
But yeah,
That
Put
is
it on
Ray
your
Dreamless
Fiennes
must-watch
as
list. Yeah.
Ray Fiennes and Angela Bassett. Well,
right.
Angela
And
Bassett is
Jackie
just
Memons.
gorgeous at
She's just
anytime.
amazing. The way she dedicates herself to every role that she's in, like the work that she did with the Tina Turner movie, and then you turn around and you think about Waiting to Exhale, or, all those different ones. And she just, she's always amazing. There are a couple like that it's just like, oh, I can't picture her in that. Well, here, watch this. Now you can picture her in it, because she also doesn't typecast herself. She'll put herself in multiple
No.
different areas. So yeah, she's amazing. I love her. And I also love your anthologies, because sometimes, I think it's a little too common. We'll get on TikTok, we'll get on, social media. We're like, oh, well, I don't have time to read, a book for 2 hours, but you scroll, scroll, scroll. But, they do say scientifically it is better if you put your phone away. I got to work on that. Put your
Yeah.
phone away and just read for a couple hours. And with an anthology, if you know that your eyes are sleepy, you can get to
You
the
just
end of that one story
one
and put
story.
it
Yeah.
down. When I'm in a chapter book, y'all put cliffhangers at the end of that chapter, and then I got to read the next
Guilty,
chapter,
guilty.
and then it's an hour later, and I have to work in 20 minutes, so it's like
Yeah,
sorry.
I've been there, done that.
That's never happened to me before. When I was a kid, my mother would yell at me and tell me to turn the light off. And then I would bring the flashlight under the covers, and then she'd come and take the flashlight away. And then I would sit there and hold the book, waiting for somebody to go under the street light so that I could, with their car lights, because I lived on a country road and there weren't a lot of them, but there was enough, and I could read like 2 more lines, and then I'd wait and see if another car came along and read 2 more lines. But yeah.
I am guilty of being a red light reader.
Yes.
I will surreptitiously pick up the book on my passenger seat and read a couple lines before the light turns green. So yeah, I'm guilty of that. So I know it won't be ready for this geekery market, but I hear tell that you have a book that you just finished.
Yesterday. I know you're excited about that one, Carol.
I am. I've been waiting for this one for a while.
Speaking of shorter reads, it's a novella, so it's not nearly as long as a novel would be, but all the Kingdom of Avis novellas are like that. It's fantasy mystery involving birds and bird puns and magic and people who don't do the right
And
thing.
I love them. So I was very happy to hear that. It was like
There's a ton of bird puns. And so each story, each novella, and Carol, I don't think you knew this, but every title tells you what the story is about. So in Kill Three Birds, it's about murder. In A Theft Most Foul, it's about stealing, right?
Yeah.
And this one is called Birds of a Feather Burn Together. So guess what it's about?
Arson.
Arson.
cool. I look forward to that one immensely.
Yeah.
So yes,
And as
I
of
was very
yesterday,
happy
it
that I
is
saw that.
done. It's done. It just needs to, it's in draft mode, so it's got to go bake for a while. But
Yeah,
the expected release date is mid to late January.
awesome, awesome sauce.
Well,
So
if
just
you
in time for
need
con
an
season.
ARC reader for Christmas, I bet Carol will volunteer. You could just put that PDF under her tree and she'd be more than happy to help you out. So not to put you in an awkward position as we stare at you and say,
She's already at the top of my list, Carol.
There you go.
And this one's a fun one too, because it's got firebirds and phoenixes, and it takes place
Oh.
in the city, in the kingdom's capital city. And so, my protagonist is she doesn't go there often. She has a place there, but she's usually traveling. And so this is it's very formal, right? It's a very different dynamic. She's not necessarily in her element because she's used to doing things on her own. She's unsupervised on the travel. Matt, you travel a lot. You probably understand this, right? The freedom that comes with being away from the job and being able to handle your work independently. But when she's in Atlanta, the Cardinals are watching, and it's a little more of a struggle for her. I got to dot every T and cross every I. So she's not used to that. So there's some conflict that you haven't quite seen before, Carol, with that.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
I look forward to that. I look forward to it. So, but I look forward to everything that I see on your table. So I, of course, will stop by.
You work really hard.
New books to buy.
Hey, Nicole, how did the Sam Wilson short story come about? You being invited to that? I mean, other than you being known for your short stories as well, but
oh, I wish it was that Marvel said, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing writer, and we're going to ask her." No, that is not what happened.
come on.
That's not what happened at all. What did happen is something I tell new writers all the time: network, network, network. So a friend of a friend was in the Black Panther Tales of Wakanda anthology, and they were doing one for Sam Wilson. Same editor, same publishing company, but he was looking for additional writers. And a friend of a friend said, "Hey, I know someone." And she pinged me on Teams and said, "Hey, would you be interested in pitching for this?" And I was like, "Do you know me?" Yes.
Have we met? Let me think about that for a minute.
This is lifetime check, book list. I mean, bucket list. So yeah. So I pitched. And I love how she was like, and the pitch ends tomorrow. Could have thought of me a little earlier, but okay. So I wrote a pitch, I rewrote a pitch, and I rewrote a pitch, and I'm like, they're not gonna like this. It's not the idea for it was not a fisticuff, battle scene where we're taking down a Marvel villain. It was about Sam Wilson, the man behind Captain America, who he is as a person. And so The Long Way Home is the title. And I pitched it, and Jesse, the editor, was like, "Yeah, send it on." I was
Awesome.
like, "Are you serious? You want this story?" But I figured there would be other people who write the fighting scenes in the fisticuffs way better than I do. And so I just wrote what I know, in the sense that I like heroes, or I like protagonists. I like to know who they are and their flaws, right? And what makes them human, which is probably why I write cyberpunk a lot, because the idea of, in the changing landscape of technology and the growing encroachment of technology into our daily lives and even into our persons, how do we retain that humanity? What continues to make us human? And so those are the types of questions that I try to explore in my own work. And so that's sort of like the same kind of conversations with Sam. He goes back home to Harlem. Now, I know if you saw The Falcon and Winter Soldier, his hometown is New Orleans. That's actually not canon. That's MCU canon. That's not comic book canon. In the comic book, he's from Harlem. So he goes back home and we couldn't touch anything in the MCU. So that was another thing, right? We could do stuff from the comic books, but we couldn't do anything in the MCU.
Gotcha.
I was like, okay. So this is where you learn, like, I've done independent projects before, like IPs before. So, right, I've written for a few other people's work, like White Wolf and Vampire the Masquerade and a few other things. So I knew that this story wasn't going to be mine when it was done. I didn't care. It was a Marvel
Yes.
story. I got to write a Marvel story. So I was very
That's
excited.
right.
No, I
Well,
think
and
that's amazing.
And,
The rest
yeah,
is
and
safe.
I actually, I read your story. We don't always go out to the movies as much as we used to, or watch them even right when they come on, like I used to. We just can't keep up with everything.
Oh
But
my gosh, yes.
but I read your story first, and I was like, I like that it gave me another dimension of him. And I mean, I remember back when I was a kid, and the Falcon was a much different character because it was informed of the times of the 70s and early 80s. Um, and so this character, I think, is just much more complex, but at the same time, like you're talking about, it's rooted with that human element. So even though he is a superhero and has the gadgets to fly and has the invincible shield, when I finally saw I forget the name of the movie with the Red Hulk, with
Brave New World.
Thank you, Brave New World. I was like, oh wow, but I was kind of like, I want to see a little bit more of that. I mean, I guess that's what the TV shows are, to kind of flesh out some of that. But anyway, I really appreciate it because I was like, wow, I know it's not necessarily MCU, but I don't know. To me, it's more, all the writers, your contribution to it just kind of created that heroic element of the character, but grounded him. So anybody could relate to him at the same time because he doesn't have the super soldier serum and stuff like that. So yeah, it was just it was really really good story, and just you pack a lot into small page count. So I think, and that's probably harder
Thank
than
you.
being able to expound and having to edit out. I don't know, but
It's fine. Like, it was Milton and I were actually talking. Tonight, me and several, we had a panel, and one of the questions the moderator asked a bunch of us, the contributors, were, did you get your story back? Did you have to redo it? Like, how many times did you have to go? I never got any edits. I didn't get anything.
Oh wow.
They asked me to redo my story. They didn't say, hey, you take this out, or I never heard from them. I actually had to read my story in the anthology just to make sure that they didn't change anything, because I didn't get anything back.
You thought they're going to do a sneak attack? We're just so proud. We're just so proud of you.
Thank you. I was very proud, and this is the only time that my adult children were like,
You got street cred that day, right? You were just like,
for sure.
Oh,
My
wow.
son, I took his book to his job, and I signed it for him there, and he was like,
Yes.
well, yeah, I just think it's incredible. And I just love that you had that opportunity. But even though it was networking and a friend of a friend, you earned it, because had that friend of the friend, I mean, it was a good connection for them. They didn't want to mess it up. So they're not just going to throw any random name out because they want to be invited again. And they want you to be invited again. So I think that speaks volumes. So I'm just so happy for you. It's how I get giddy. That's how it goes. So it's like, yay, look what they did.
hi.
There's the kitty. That's okay.
There's one of them. There's one of them. That's my clumsy one. She damn near fell on top of me here.
Well, yeah, she kind of came out of the corner of the screen. Like, you could see the head bobbing around like, can I do it? So this is, for those not already watching us on video, you missed.
That was Artemis.
Artemis
made a drive-by.
So oh my goodness. Well, so one of the questions we've been asking people is, this is I don't know how many markets this is for you. You've been on almost every one, haven't you?
Almost all of them. Yeah.
Almost all of them.
Yeah.
I missed one, but yeah. I may be getting married,
So
but yeah.
so you've been through all the iterations, you've seen all the pain points, you've seen all the good points too, but so now third year at Cabarrus, what are you excited to kind of experience again? Who are some of the people that you saw that you're like, oh, I can't wait to go by their table or their booth and check out what they've got? Anything or
Oh, yes. So I am very excited. There is a lady who sells, is it fudge? She had pickle fudge last year.
Oh, they're
Pickle
not coming back.
fudge.
The
They're
fudge
not?
people are not. No.
Oh,
I'm so
no.
But we have
sorry.
another.
They are
They're
at the
doing
Southern
the Southern
Christmas Home
Christmas
Show,
show.
which is a 10-day show, and we're a 1-day show. So I totally
Totally
Oh,
no
get
harm.
it.
fudge.
But we have
Yeah,
a
okay,
brand new
so
chocolatier that we hope to be announcing soon.
okay.
And they make
Yes.
skull-shaped chocolates. So
Well, I will
So
be there for
no
that.
fudge
but
this
the
year.
lady that
but
makes the wine flavored jams is coming back.
Oh,
so-
is she coming back? Because I liked her
Yes.
too. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Gammy's Jams is coming back. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
so
Yes.
we have a new woman, Joyous Cakes by Josette is coming back. Or
Oh, yeah,
this
'cause
is
she
their
had
first time.
amazing cake. No, she had cake last year,
No, that
right?
was Standing on Butter.
Okay.
Yeah, that was saying
But I
yeah.
like any food vendor you bring, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
We love jellies. So
Yep.
we
The
love
freeze
jelly and
dried candy
jams.
lady is coming back too. And we have a new, we have Moments in Tea that has been at some other events. They're bringing their teas. And then we have a coffee roaster coming. So,
No.
and yeah.
I'm
And then,
not gonna be able to keep my husband at the table. No. He said coffee, he's gonna be gone. I'm never gonna see
Yeah, I
him.
know that's me at the tea booth.
Well, yeah. So the interesting things about Dusty Roasted Coffee is he actually sells the coffee to raise money for a horse sanctuary. So,
Oh,
so you
know
need
we
to
gonna
let Wes
spend our
go
money
over there.
$5 so I can go spend money on coffee and support horses.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So he does it
Yes,
to help with the
please.
horses. So it's important. Yeah, so definitely check that out. But yeah, and that's one of those things. It's like that's why we encourage people to come on the podcast because you can learn these little extras, and I think it means
Yeah.
more from a small business. You go to Walmart, you go to Target. I mean, unless you know the story or they're doing like a Pride Month for that particular event, you don't know the backstory of how this all got started. And then it's like, oh, I know how Nicole got, into the Marvel book, and I know about the new books that are coming. So I better go pick up the first book so I'm ready when the new one comes out in January. And, or I know that this person did this, or, this person did that. So I think that's one of the things that we love so much. I mean, and that's why I think I'm so honored that we have people that show up for the Geekery Market year after year, because it's a gift to us. I would assume, Carol, that you agree, and Matt, but it's a gift to us because we get to learn so much
Yeah.
about everybody and see them have success, but also get to see all the cool stuff. And kind of get that behind the scenes group look. So yeah.
We love coming to the Geekery, not just to participate, but we also buy things.
Yeah.
I
have a hard
too.
time.
I mean,
I have a hard time buying things. There's two things that happen. Number one, I go up and I want to buy something from somebody, and then all of my other vendors look at me like, are you going to buy from me too? You said we're a family, and I'm like, I don't have enough money to buy from all 80 of you.
Are you just picking your favorites, Mom?
I know. So that's why I always rush to your table when I see you at other events, because then I can kind of like map it out over the course of the year. But the other thing is like, even if I want to go shop, somebody's like, oh, Joey, so-and-so was looking for you. And it's like, all right,
so busy.
let me go.
God.
Yeah, which is a good thing, I remember, was it last year or 2 years ago, I was riding around with a kid on my lap because somebody's kid had gone wandering off.
It was 2 years ago, but yeah.
Lost
So
child.
like, everybody's like, who is that? Like,
Child for sale.
I don't know.
Here's yet one of the amazing things we offer at the Geekery.
have chair, have motor, will travel. So like I can take your kid on horsey rides. So over to Dusty Coffee. You can pick them up when you buy some coffee. I'll bring them over.
Caffeinate the child
I'm
and
just
then
gonna pick up
hoist them back
random
on their
kids and be like, if you would like your child, they're at Mocha Memoir. Buy one of Nicole's books, you can have your child back. So
Oh no.
no, probably not. Probably not.
I'm just
Untended
saying.
children will be caffeinated and unleashed on Jedi Santa. So
Oh.
There was a cartoon, a comic strip one time, and it was written by a librarian about things that happen at the library. And it was like this child alone in the aisle, and you could see the librarian like looking around to see where the parent was. And then you saw the librarian put a sticker on the back of the child, and it was funny, but it was also like things that make you think. If I was close enough to put this sticker on your child when you weren't around, imagine what else could happen. Like
yeah.
don't leave your child unattended. So
Yes.
but yeah, it was just like, but yes, we will give them puppies and kitties and freeze-dried candy and send them up and down the aisles, and we will have them buy all the books. You just have to go around and pay for everything afterwards.
Right.
So, but it's all good.
Oh.
It's all good. Nicole, always so much fun to hang out with you.
Yes.
We
Indeed.
always could go
Ditto.
on and on and on. So, but we look forward to hanging out with you in November and seeing all the goodness that you bring. She is going to be on the back wall. So you are one of the few people who already
Yay!
knows where you're going to be.
Yeah.
So if you look for Little Shop of Horror, then there will be Mocha Memoir, and then 2 booths down will be Jedi Santa. So go to Santa's
Jedi
booth.
Santa!
Keep on giving, just slide a little to the left and buy some books from Nicole. So
Yep.
it's all good. Yeah, and those bookmarks are fabulous. And
Yeah, they are.
Ben will be on in a couple episodes, and we'll talk about some of the stuff. But he actually helped 3D print something for me for my physical challenges. So you'll have to come back, watch that episode to find out
I
what it was.
will. He's so
It's a
talented,
mystery.
so.
So all right. Well, we will see you soon, and we love you. Oh, there's Sam Wilson flying.
Bye, Sam Wilson.
That was an episode of Guardians of the Geekery. Thank you for listening. Check us out at guardiansofthegeekery.com and stay tuned for more content.